Hi, Stonebriar family. This is Cheryl Trudel, Ministry Leader of Connecting and Equipping Ministries here at Stonebriar, and I'm sharing with you today a question we'd like you to consider. What passages encourage you to live your life with purpose for Him? As I read the question, 3 verses immediately came to mind. The first one is Ephesians 2:10, which says, "For we are God's masterpiece. He has created us anew in Christ Jesus so that we can do the good things He planned for us long ago." The thought that God has plans for me and He had them long before I was conceived is mind-blowing to me, and I hope it blows yours as well. Because of all the 7.8 billion people walking planet Earth today, there is only one you. There is only one me, and each of us is a unique masterpiece. God has gifted each one of us in unique ways. And just like your index fingerprint is unlike anyone else's, so is the print of your, Pastor Chuck calls it, put together. Your soul print, if you will. There is something unique that God has in mind for you. And I hope that you're seeking Him and living purposefully in that. Another verse I thought about is 1 Corinthians 6:20. "For God bought you with a high price, so you must honor God with your body." That passage speaks specifically of sexual sin, and I think it also extends to the general way that we care for our bodies. I think of it, we know it's temporary, right? But it's almost like we're inhabiting an Airbnb right now, and our permanent home is coming later. But I think the things we allow to fill our minds, the things that we eat, how active we are, all of those show respect for what God has entrusted to us by way of our physical body. And so we want to be sure that we honor God and we're purposeful in that. And another verse I thought of is Colossians 3:23 and 24, which says, "Work willingly at whatever you do, as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people. Remember that the Lord will give you an inheritance as your reward, and that the master you're serving is Christ." I have had the privilege of working with some amazing people over the years of my career, prior to Stonebriar, and especially here at Stonebriar, and I'm so thankful. Each of the people who have hired me and that I've had the joy of working with, they have poured something into me, and I am a better person because of the time that's been invested in me. I believe it's made me a more well-rounded individual, and every person has their own strengths, unique weaknesses, and approach to things. And so all of those, they encourage me to live fully and on purpose within that sphere. But it's also a reminder that God's grace extends not only to me in my life, but I'm able to then allow that to flow through me to the people that I work for. And I hope you do that too. All of these verses encourage me to live on purpose, with purpose, for Christ. He's given us so much. He's given us everything. He's given us a right standing with God. He's given us an example to follow in His own life. He has given us wisdom and insight. And if that weren't enough, He's also told us that if we lack wisdom, all we have to do is ask. And so I'm so thankful for a God who is so accessible to us. And I pray that you are finding Him faithful to you, and that you are living on purpose for Him and giving Him all the glory. Thanks for your time, and have a great week.